Hello students, this is the next lecture. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about Decision Support System, DSS. We have seen the brief overview of this system in Unit 1 also. So we will have a quick review of that and then we will proceed. Now, what is Decision Support System? It is an interactive, flexible, computer-based system. As the name itself is showing that it is for decision making. So it uses a set of rules and methods or models for processing the data, and it will help in decision making. The decision making, it can help to the top executives, to the managers. The main thing here is main task is using rules and models plus assisting in decision making to the top executives to manager level. Now, this is all about the process of decision making. This we have already discussed. This process was given by Herbert Simon. The process starts with intelligence, design, and choice. So the first one is intelligence, which means the collection of data and identification of problem. Second one is design, means you analyze the various alternatives and you test for feasibility, means whether that particular solution is possible according to the organization or not. And then choice is finding the best alternative that is suited to the organization in this particular situation. Now, there are two types of decision-making system. I'm going it little fast because as I have already covered all this. So in open, you are not aware about all the outcomes and all the alternatives you have and what would be the possible outcome. So as we don't know about the set of alternatives and we don't have the method to rank them also. So it becomes very difficult to decide the goal and objective of the organization. So in this situation, the manager decides to go for that particular alternative that is best suited according to his desires or aspirations. Whereas if we talk about the closed ones, closed one, you have a set of alternatives and you know the what would be the possible outcome. Along with you have a set of models to determine or to rank the alternatives you have. So you will choose the best alternative among the alternatives. Then there are two types of decisions. So decisions means programmed or non-programmed. Programmed means these are based on certain rules and methods, whereas non-programmed decision means no method and rule can be applied to this. Then types of decision, as I have discussed about this number of times, this is a pyramid, means decision will be at a lower level, middle level and top level. If we talk about the lower level, there is a certainty, you have a set of predetermined alternatives, you know what could be the possible outcome, and you have a good knowledge about the environment and the event that are taking place. Middle level की बात करते हैं तो middle level is little bit risky. Why it is risky? Because we don't know whether the forecasting that we are going to do is accurate, because we don't have much information about the environment and the events that are taking place. So taking alternative decision, so there will be a limited scope. Then coming to the top level, there is some uncertainty because we are not aware about the external environment. We don't know how the competitor will behave. So it's difficult to forecast the growth for a long term. Now, what are the components of DSS? See here, you can see this is the DSS database. Then it is database, DSS software system models up, you apply on that. Then this is the user interface and this is the user. These are the main four components. DSS database, DSS software system, user interface, and user. Now, a DSS database. Database itself means collection of data. Okay, so DSS database means for DSS system, there will be a set of data. That's data will be from the collection of current plus historical data from number of application. As you can see here, the data is collected from transaction processing system and external data. TPS we are going to study in the next lecture in detail. TPS we have given a brief overview in the previous unit also. TPS is transaction processing system. Transaction processing system is keeping track of day-to-day operations. So DSS database is taking data from TPS and external data. This is written like collection of current and historical data from number of applications. Okay, then once data is there, then what is to be done with that data? Tools for analysis, data mining, collection of mathematical and stats. See, once you have data, now you have to make decision. So what you will do with that data? You will apply some kind of analysis on that using certain models or tools. So tools for analysis, it could be your mathematical tool or statistical tool. Okay, data analysis, you know that you are using various types of tool. It could be mathematical tool like physical model, mathematical model, verbal model. Data mining tools, first of all, you need to understand what exactly data mining is. You have a lots of data with you. You have to mine. Mine means you have to retrieve that data and you have to make certain inferences out of it. Database, you have lots of data, but you can't take that entire data. You select the relevant data and then you can inference the information or some pattern or sequence out of it. So database you have, then you apply tools. Then what happened? Then there are user interface in the computer or with the help of which you are using these components. And then is the decision maker, user, the decision maker own insight and judgment. After seeing, I have already told that DSS is just helping us. We should not completely rely on it. We should use our own judgment, our own experience, knowledge, our own insight to check whether this the solution given by DSS component is suitable according to the organization or not. So first of all, data will be collected. Then we will apply certain tools, that is OLAP, online processing. This I'm going to discuss in the next slide. These are the tools for analysis. Once the analysis has been done, then it is about the decision maker who is using his own judgment to reach to a particular solution. Now this is OLAP, online analytical processing. This is a tool for querying multidimensional analytical model. These are the tools that are user driven and these are very user friendly and to apply to access the information. It helps you to extract data through queries like in you like that you did in MySQL. You used to put queries and you are able to extract the data. So OLAP is also a tool that provides you the information through queries. So it is a strong querying process that helps you extract data through queries. It helps the management to perform analysis on their own without depending on IT specialists. So this is a tool which can work on its own and we don't need the help of IT specialists to work on these. Now there are various decisions that has to be taken and these analysis by analytical modeling. So the three models are what if analysis, sensitivity analysis, goal achieving analysis, goal seeking analysis. We will study them one by one. So first of all is what if analysis. The name itself is depicting many things. What if analysis, observing how changes to selected variables affect others. Suppose there are 5 or 6 variables. You selected 2 variables out of that. How these 2 variables are going to affect the other variables? For example, what if we cut advertising by 10%? What would happen to sales? That means if we cut the advertising by 10%, we cut the cost of advertising by 10%, then how it is going to impact the sales? Okay, this is what if we do this. अगर हम ये करते हैं तो क्या आउटपुट आएगा? What if? The question started itself with what if we cut the advertising by 10%? What would happen to sales? Means अगर हम ये कट करते हैं तो sales में क्या फर्क आएगा? Okay. Next is sensitivity analysis. It observing how repeated changes to a single variable affect other variable. Means we are making changes in the single variable, that to a number of times. So now we will see with the example that how it is different from what if analysis. Here, let's cut the advertising by $100 repeatedly so that we can see its relationship to sales. What if analysis, what we did, we cut the sales by we cut the advertising cost by 10% and then we saw the changes with the sales. Here we are cutting the price of cost of advertising a number of times, and then we are seeing that first time if we cut with $100, then this much change was there. Then another time we declined with another, we cut the cost by $100, then these type of changes occurred. So this is like you are repeatedly changing a single variable a number of times. Now goal achieving analysis. Goal achieving analysis, the name itself is saying you have to do a particular task until you reach your target or your desired value. So making changes, making repeated changes to the selected variables until a chosen variable reaches a target value. So what you are doing here is your goal is fixed, like you want to reach to a sales of 1 lakh. आपको 1 लाख की सेल तक पहुंचना है. योर टारगेट इज फिक्स. नाउ यू हैव टू वर्क इन अ बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन. आपको पीछे की तरफ वर्क करना है कि मैं कितना एडवर्टाइजिंग कॉस्ट कम करूं कि हमारा सेल इतने तक पहुंच जाए. लेट्स ट्राई इंक्रीजिंग इन एडवर्टाइजिंग अंटिल द सेल रीचेस टू 1 मिलियन. या तो हम घटा रहे हैं या हम बढ़ा रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारा गोल फिक्स है कि हमें 1 मिलियन या 1 लाख तक पहुंचना है. हमें अपनी सेल इतने तक पहुंचानी है, $1 मिलियन तक पहुंचानी है. तो वी हैव टू वर्क इन अ बैकवर्ड. हमें एडवर्टाइजिंग पे कितना बढ़ाएं कि हम इस पर्टिकुलर टारगेट पे पहुंच जाएं. तो लास्ट वन इज गोल सीकिंग एनालिसिस. You try to achieve a goal of an optimum value arrived at after satisfying all the constraint operating in the problem. Goal achieving, the goal was fixed. Here we are not looking for the goal we have fixed. We are going for an optimum value. Optimum value means which is suitable after seeing all the constraint. हमने सारे constraint देखे कि okay, हम advertising में बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं लगा सकते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा कट भी नहीं कर सकते. So seeing all the constraint, then we will set the goal to an optimum value. मतलब जो सब कुछ हर चीज को देखते हुए बढ़ाई गई है. So we will have a quick overview of this analytical modeling. So first is what if you are making changes to the selected variables and we are seeing how it is affecting the another variable. मतलब हमने advertising में 10% cut किया, तो how it is going to change in sales. Sensitivity analysis, आप एक ही variable में बार-बार repeatedly you are making a changes and you are seeing the relationship. हमने advertising की cost 10% cut की 3 बार, तो how it related to the sales. Then goal achieving analysis. Here you are making a repeated changes to the selected variable until you are reaching to a particular goal. Goal has been fixed in prior and then you are trying to achieve that particular goal in a backward manner. Yours goal आपका fix है, अपने advertising को कितना increase करें, कितना cut करें कि हम जो sales की value है वो 1 million $1 million पहुंचे. Then आते हैं goal seeking analysis में. here we are not fixing the goal but we are reaching to an optimum value. मतलब जो best possible value है, जरूरी नहीं है कि $1 million पे हमारा जो बाकी प्रॉब्लम्स है वो सॉल्व हो जाए. हो सकता है हमारी एडवर्टाइजिंग की कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाए उस पर्टिकुलर लेवल तक पहुंचने तक. तो वी हैव टू लुक फॉर अदर कंस्ट्रेंट ऑल्सो. So this is all about the decision support system. Thank you.